Hi guys, it's Raven Scry. Firstly, today I want to just speak to all the beautiful comments that you guys shared with me in the last video, and I felt very special, so thank you. Now I'm still here in Victoria preparing for my mission in my van. So I'm getting there slowly. I'm doing a lot of attending to the mundane things in my world. One thing that's taking quite a bit of time at the moment is getting solar put into my van so that I can be fully off-grid. So that seems to be taking a little bit of time to work out the best options there, but I'm getting there slowly and surely, and I've been connecting in with Spirit, and this morning I connected in and really just asked, is there anything that they wish to speak about to you guys? Now, I'm going to keep it quite short today, but as I connected in with Spirit, they came straight in speaking about the storms. Now, I'm aware there has been a lot of floods and storms here up near Lismore in New South Wales, but I spoke to Spirit and sort of said, is that what they're referring to? And I was getting a no, more storms to come. Now, I asked them to give me more information about these storms that they spoke of, and they said not yet but coming. And they spoke of torrential rains and the southern hemisphere. So they spoke about the great arc of loss in the way that they referred to this. And then they went on to show areas of land that had been changed forever, and many of them underwater, and they just kept saying the great arc of loss. Now, they're telling me that this has been coming for years, and it feels like in some way it ties into karmic connections and karmic ties through our collective, throughout history. Now, they show me this large grey wall of clouds rolling in and coming over, and with it, it's like there's this huge collective karma in this energy. So it's this storm, but there's so many layers to this storm of what's actually taking place. And if you're breaking apart these layers of this wall, they're sharing that it's many things that have happened and are happening across many timelines throughout history. But it's appearing as this big grey, dense storm approaching. So I feel as though it's very literal, but it's also very symbolic in the way that they're showing this to me. And now they're connecting this vision to wide open spaces, and it's just this sparse area of land, and I'm just seeing like one or two little animals just sitting alone there. Now, I noticed that one of them is a wallaby, and so this in some way feels like it has reference and connection to Australia because it's an Australian animal. And I'm hearing the waters will rise quite quickly. And now it's like I'm feeling this pain suddenly in my ribs. And as I connect to this pain in my ribs, it's like often this is a guide and almost acting like a portal into moving deeper into the information or where the Spirit's wanting me to travel. So as I connect in with this pain in my ribs, it's like it's taking me under the water, and it's like I'm moving further and further underwater, and it's like past memories are returning in a moment of being under this water encased, and there's such stillness here. It's like a stop in time, and everything is just so still. And in this moment, it's like I'm becoming aware of existence and just how much has taken place on the planet, on the soul level, but on the earth level, in so many realms. And it's just like I'm pausing in time, but within that there's this window showing me how far we've all come. And it's this important moment in time when everything stops. And it feels as though it's a change in consciousness with an ability to see and to access so much more of who we truly are as beings and where we've come from. So I'm hearing it's a time where everything starts to change and move in a different direction. It feels as though it's a reset of sorts, and I'm hearing the rising of the waters, the rising of the tides, and I'm just seeing this abundance of fish just swimming everywhere as the waters rise. Now I'm being taken to a different time in history, and they're relating to the water people and the wisdom of the water people. And it's as if that energy of that time, the wisdom of the water, and even the forms were different. And it's as if that energy is returning through this process. And I see it as a time in history that's overlapping now, as if it's returning to our current timeline, but it's like it's all blending and merging and coming together in this way, and the return of these water people and the wisdoms that they truly have. So I'm also hearing now Oregon and Santiago. Now, I'm not sure how this connects, but Spirit gives it as it's meant to be given. So two places that's coming through here. And I'm also hearing water wells overflowing. So it's almost like areas that didn't have a lot of water are getting abundance of water flushing up through the earth in this way. Now I'm also hearing huge winds in connection with Oregon and wild weather, and Spirit shows me it's like a baton, and it's being handed around, this wild weather incoming. So we've got torrential rains and we've got wild winds, and it's going to continue on like this. And as I connect to all of this information, I ask Spirit for any advice for you all, anything that they wish to share in regards to all of this, because it could seem quite daunting. It's huge disruption on so many levels. And they speak of wherever you are in the world, you're perfectly placed. And it's about surrendering to where you are and what you're being faced with. And they say the more that you surrender to your circumstance, your individual circumstance, and allow and accept it as it is, no matter how dire, the more you'll be looked after. Okay, guys, well, with all that said, I'm going to leave it there. If you're enjoying these videos, please give a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. And please share them with whoever you feel would resonate. I'm going to be back soon to share more. It's a transient time for me at the moment. There's a lot changing. So please be patient if there's strange spaces in between where I appear. Lots of love and blessings to you all. Raven Scry signing off.